speculation about the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese heading to China. The question is, will it happen this year? And are there any caveats on that trip? Joining me now is Assistant Trade Minister Tim Ayres. Thanks very much for your time.
G'day, Tom.
What of this trip? Can you just clarify for us, would this trip happen if there was still trade sanctions from the Chinese Communist Party placed on Australian products?
Well, the Prime Minister's, I think, been pretty clear, as the Foreign Minister has and as the Trade Minister has. This visit, there's been an invitation issued. This visit will happen at a suitable time. It will happen when the Prime Minister makes a judgment, and I'm not here to forecast the Prime Minister's travel plans. It will happen when it is at the most suitable time, and of course when it's an opportunity to prosecute Australia's national interest. So that's all I can say at this stage, Tom. The invitation's been issued, and the Prime Minister's considering the best time to travel.
Putting aside, I know they're busy schedules, but usually you can squeeze something in for a significant visit like this. Is it fair to say Australia wants to see the sanctions lifted before a visit would be arranged?
Well, all I can say about that, Tom, is that these impediments should never have been placed in front of Australian exporters to China. The government, under the leadership of Anthony Albanese, Trade Minister Don Farrell, been working in a careful and calm and consistent way, prosecuting Australia's national interest, and some progress has been made in some product category areas, but of course there is significant progress to go. Now, the remaining impediments in front of Australian trade categories, barley, wine, seafood, a series of other products, they are absolutely, of course, not in the interest of Australian exporters, but they're not in the interest of Chinese consumers or the parts of the China supply chain that utilise Australian imports. Now, I want to see, and the government wants to see, fast progress here, and of course progress should be measured not just in the removal of impediments, but of course in container ship movements and bulk handler movements arriving at Chinese ports and clearing Chinese ports and arriving in supermarkets and for consumers right across China.
The invitation might include a bit of a come over and we'll sort out those final tariffs. Would that be an acceptable background, if you like, for a visit?
The timing of travel is a matter for the Prime Minister, and I'm not here to forecast the Prime Minister's diary on your program. He will make those judgments. All I can say is that I want to see fast progress, more progress, substantial progress on the remaining impediments in front of Australian trade. We are, of course, as you know, in the middle of a review on the Chinese side that has been agreed in relation to barley. That will conclude in just a few weeks' time. Now, Australia has suspended its WTO action while that review is taking place. And I'm very keen to see positive progress made in that review, and it's just one more step along the way as the government seeks to, in the trade area, but more broadly, stabilise the relationship with China.